Norman was stuck spelling. I'm too late to take my hat off again. Sitting here babbling. Oh, I was remembering my genetical past with Big Brother and the camera in the corner of the room. I'm a bare bones radio broadcaster, and I also speak to a camera in the corner of the room. Far more articulate than Google is the United States military. Thank God. And I speak to that United States military camera in the corner of the room. Well, Central Intelligence, see? I guess it's not quite the same. What did I want to say now? Here I introduced myself. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, brother. Something very simple going on in front of you right now. Maybe that's why the brain doesn't like remembering the simple stuff right in front of you, and I was just remembering that out loud. How is it you're on this platform? You can't remember. You stop and introduce yourself and it's gone. And I wasn't bragging. I'm trying to be funny, and who dares? Stupid ass to get in the way of this. Anything gets in the way of this, an idiot. Whatever it is. My failure, your failure, whatever. Oh, brother. It's going to remind you of something about living, that's all. Doesn't matter. Babbling out loud here. Let's see. Oh! There it is. Doink. You've heard it said that loose lips sink ships. It's tight lips that sink ships. I know a little bit about serving on a ship. I serve on one now, called the EAR parentheses TH. It is a ship. I serve as a crew member on deck. I have been tied underneath and do and have pulled off barnacles in my life. Pulled from stem to stern, cleaning barnacles. That happens when you over-volunteer. Now then, what I remind you is that mutiny is the absence of conversation, not the presence of it. When there's things going on the deck of that ship, basically, the failure to, just a minute, let's call it camaraderie, the ship, camaraderie, the voyage, camaraderie, the whole thing. And believe me, the main thing on a ship is camaraderie. It's the most important thing. That camaraderie stomps out backstabbing. And you know backstabbing is the only thing that defeats a family or any human group, is the backstabbing. When they won't backstab and they pull together, nothing gets them. Labor in this nation, backstabbing got them. Now they're invaded from everywhere. Overseas, oh, the seas, what a seas. Well, believe you me. Remember, World War II was all a donated effort. No one made any money. It was all credit. And then, after that, they began backstabbing each other and backstabbing and backstabbing. Like the South after the Civil War. Dumb. To the day, they're backstabbing. South after the Civil War. Dumb. How can anybody fight in Florida for any reason? Whoever you are. And why? And then keep it going. And lie to keep it going. And let the rest of the country tell you about things they couldn't possibly know. Dumb. Very dumb. Backstabbing. Mutiny is the absence of conversation, the main thing that sinks a ship. I'll tell you what's horrible about mutiny. You won't do the chores on ship that has to get done. Nobody will want to do them, and nobody's made to do them, and the captain doesn't force you, and no one forces you, and those chores don't get done. Sooner or later, the sink will ship. The ship will sink. Oftentimes, it takes on water, and you keep lightening the load to prevent and pretty soon you're throwing everything off the deck, and you got mutiny on deck, and there's nothing on deck, no topsoil, no floodplain, just absent, all because you failed to pass on the information, the position on the crew of the deck of the ship. And you don't want anybody else to take your place, so you just keep it a secret how you did it. And the wit of the job you never pass on, it's just a joke. Or that you're over with the thing and you what if everything, and when what if runs the ship. Can a ship sail under what if? Or is that how the captain sails the ship, what if? Does that ever enter the captain's mind when the ship sails, what if? Is that how the captain predicts the weather? What if? Is that how the captain predicts the unknown? And the ocean is full of absolute more unknown than known. You have all this knowledge of sailing. Well, guess what? Every voyage you face the unknown, not the known. Now you use the known to face the unknown, only you're always facing the unknown when you sail a vessel in the ocean with this planet. Every voyage you face the unknown, not the known. Now you use the known to do it. Only remember in your mind, and the deckhand, you know this voyage is facing the unknown, not the known. And that's how you sail. You sail any other way, you're going to die. You'll overplay your hand and the ocean will eat you. And it loves to do it. And that's one of the main things it does, eat. I hope that makes sense to you, and that's how you live your life. Your confidence is not in vengeance or grudge. And we have to keep the grudge out. That's where our confidence is. BS. When grudge hits, it's too late for grudge. And the grudges come because you have confidence in your known and not your unknown. The captain has confidence in unknown, not known. He knows things about currents that you don't. And he doesn't use longitude and latitude. He uses currents. Of course, my shipping days and my experience to it come from sailing vessels and oars. And that's what I reminisce. And the deckhand of that. And the Marines of that. And they're the same Marines to the day. That I find beyond any word of ecstasy I could ever find. For an old deckhand, and find the Marine Corps the same as they were when I was serving on ship in my genetics. Let me tell you something. I weep. That is astounding. It shows me that humans are beyond priceless. Way beyond it. The United States Marine Corps, examples humans are way beyond priceless. And nothing has changed, and it's wonderful here. That is for sure. Live up. The conversation needs to live up, and it ain't been living up for a long time. It's my job to generate that conversation, and I'll do the best I can. I'm a bare bones radio broadcaster, and I speak to you. I will stimulate your conceptual analysis to the situation of mutual with this planet and the wonderful adventure you live. Priceless, I could go on and go on.